Hey, what is up, people? This is Sarang, and I teach you guys how to lose weight, how to build muscle, how to get healthy, and all that kind of stuff. In this video, I'm going to tell you top 3 things that you're doing wrong, top 3 mistakes that you're doing if you are on a weight loss diet, and how you should really correct them. Things that I'm going to explain to you in this video are based on cutting edge scientific research. Stick till the end, because the last thing that I'm going to tell you is the most common one, and is, in my opinion, it is the most important thing that most of you people who are trying to lose weight mess up on and do really get it wrong. So to start off with, the first mistake that you're doing wrong is eating junk food, eating hyper palatable food, even in moderation. So there is a whole lot of advice there that you, as long as you're 90 to 95% of your nutrition, your whole diet is on point, you're eating, you're counting your calories, you're counting your macros. It doesn't matter if you include 1 or 2 cheat meals per week, it's not going to have much difference on your goals. Now, this is true that even if you include like 1 cheat meal per week, you are not going to have that much effect on your weight loss. You are still going to lose weight if you eat in a calorie deficit. This is true. But what will happen is you will lose your weight, but you won't really lower the body weight set point. Body weight set point is basically the point where your brain wants your body weight to be at. And if you just, it doesn't matter how much weight you lose, it doesn't matter how much weight you gain. If you don't adjust this body weight set point by default, your brain is basically bring that weight back to that body weight set point. So say you're 100 kilograms, you lose a whole lot of weight, but you don't really lower that body weight set point, your brain will ramp that weight back to that body weight set point in few months or in a year or so. So if you keep including junk food, if you keep including hyper palatable foods, then it gets very hard for your brain to actually lower that body weight set point. You will lose weight initially. It doesn't, as long as you're keeping calories under a certain point, you are going to lose all that weight. But the problem is you will gain all of that back if you don't really lower the body weight set point. So in order to actually lower the body weight set point, you need to cut out all the junk food, all the hyper palatable foods from your diet completely, at least initially, at least for the initial 8 to 12 weeks, after you have brought all your hormones to balance, or after you have heal the inflammation that is going on in your brain. Then maybe you can include 1 or 2 cheat meals per week, or what I'd suggest you to go with is 1 cheat meal in 2 weeks. The second mistake that you're doing is very common. I have seen this again and again, that people really don't focus on sleep, recovery, and their stress. This is very important because one of the major reasons is 80 to 90% of the fat burning that occurs happens when you are asleep. So if you don't sleep enough, if you're only sleeping 5 hours or 6 hours per night, then it's tremendously going to slow your weight loss. And even more than that, it's the major thing that it's going to do is it's going to mess up 2 of the major hormones that have a major role in fat regulation, in weight regulation, and this whole deal. Those 2 hormones are cortisol and insulin. If you don't sleep enough, you are going to increase your cortisol. Cortisol is basically the major stress hormone in your body. This is basically the hormone that you want at a sweet spot. You don't want too much of it. You also don't want too little of it. So if you increase your cortisol, it's going to increase your insulin. And if you increase insulin, then there are a whole lot of studies showing a significant correlation between higher insulin levels and higher body fat mass and higher body weight set point. So if you really want to get sustainable results with weight loss, you really need to focus on sleep, recovery, and stress. And you really need to focus on lowering your insulin, making your body insulin sensitive, and really lowering your cortisol to the perfect sweet spot that it should be. The third reason that you should focus on sleep, recovery, and rest, and all that kind of thing is, if you don't sleep enough, then the region in the brain called hypothalamus that regulates your whole body weight and your body fatness, even your metabolism, it's basically going to get inflamed. So if that gets inflamed, then the communication between your body and your brain is going to get obstructed. When this communication gets obstructed, you are going to have problems with weight loss. So it's very important to focus on adequate amount of sleep, stress, and recovery. I'd say that if you're really trying to lose weight, if you are just trying to cut down to get very, very low body fat, then it's a whole different ball game. But if you're a normal person who are just fat and overweight, you want to lose some weight, then I'd say that you shouldn't go to the gym more than 4 times or maximum of 5 times per week. And you should really let all your body recover. As with sleep, you should focus on getting at least 7 to 8 hours of deep restful sleep in a pitch dark room. You should really have a good quality of sleep along with the good quantity of sleep. Third thing that I want to tell you is, in my opinion, this is the most common one. Most people mess with this, is not having adequate protein in your diet. Now, there are two major reasons as to why you should have enough protein in your diet. The number one is, when you're trying to lose weight, inevitably, along with losing fat, you are going to lose some of the muscle mass. And even if you're a woman, you should care about losing muscle mass, because your amount of muscle in your body, I'm not talking about the huge bodybuilder kind of muscle, the normal muscle that you need for healthy functioning. Muscle mass is one of the major things that makes you young and that makes you healthy. So it's very important, even if you're a girl, even if you're trying to lose weight, focus on minimizing that loss of muscle mass when you are trying to lose weight. So when you have adequate protein in your diet, you really minimize that muscle mass. The second thing is one of the most important thing, and that is, when you have a adequate enough protein in your diet. Protein is basically a nutrient that has the highest satiety value. Satiety is basically the feeling of fullness that you get when you are done with a meal. If you have enough protein in your diet, then you're not going to get hungry more often. You won't get much sugar cravings. And even more important than that, when you have adequate amount of protein in your diet, your brain lowers that body weight set point. Higher protein diet are one of the major things that help you lower that body weight set point. So this is called as the protein leverage effect, and it is really, really useful in achieving sustainable and permanent results. So in my opinion, you should be consuming anywhere from 1 gram per pound of lean body mass to 1 gram per pound of body weight. Say you are 200 pounds and your lean body mass is somewhere around 150, then you should be consuming 150 grams of protein every single day. You can consume protein up to 200 grams if you weigh 200 pounds, but I also discourage eating too much protein, having a too high of protein. The maximum I'd recommend is 35% of your calories. Above that, it's really not good for your health, because there is this whole deal with protein toxicity. This is a topic for a whole another video, but just for now, consume 1 gram per pound of lean body mass and you will have all the benefits of high protein diet. So that's it for this video. To summarize, the number one thing you should be doing is cut out all the junk food, cut out all the hyper palatable foods, at least for the first 8 to 10 weeks, initial first 8 to 10 weeks. After that, you can include like one cheat meal in 2 weeks or so. The second thing you should really be focusing on is getting at least 7 to 8 hours, ideally 9 hours of restful sleep every single night. The third thing is you should have enough adequate protein in your diet, at least 1 gram per pound of lean body mass. So that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please click the like button. Please click the subscribe button. If you have any suggestions for video, please write it in the comment section and I'll see. If you have any suggestions, please click in the comment section. If you have any suggestions, please write them in the comment section below and I'll see you in the next video.